Hello, my friends. Let me tell you a story. A story from long, long ago, from a land called Ukwuta, a land of hills, rivers, and tall palm trees. Let me tell you how love can survive storms. In the village of Amakiri, there lived a girl called Amara. She was the daughter of a poor hunter. Her father, Papa Odenigbo, was known for his bows and arrows. He could shoot down the bird from the tallest iroko tree. But no matter how hard Papa Odenigbo worked, he remained poor. Some days they ate yam and palm oil. Some days they drank holy water. Amara's mother had died many years ago. Papa Odenigbo was lonely, so he married a woman from the next village, a woman called Mama Ejima. She came with her own daughter, Adaeze. At first, Amara was happy. She thought she would have a mother again. She thought she would have a sister. But things changed quickly. Mama Ejima treated Amara like a slave. Every morning before the cock crowed, Amara was sweeping the compound. She would fetch water from the far river. She would carry heavy firewood on her small head. Meanwhile, Adaeze, her stepsister, would sit under the mango tree, painting her nails with the red dye from the garden hibiscus. Papa Odenigbo saw it, but every time he tried to speak, Mama Ejima would raise her voice. You want to fight me? Is it because of this useless girl? Papa Odenigbo loved peace, so he kept quiet, and Amara suffered in silence. But inside her, Amara had a strong spirit. She smiled through her pain. She sang songs while she walked. She danced when nobody was looking. She dreamed of a better life. Now, in those days, there was a great king who ruled the land of Ukwuta, King Obianoju. He had a son, Prince Ifeanyi. The prince was wise, brave and handsome, but he had not yet married. The king wanted his son to find a wife, but he warned him, do not marry because of beauty, marry because of heart. So the prince left the palace, dressed like a common man. He wanted to see the villages with his own eyes. He wanted to find a woman who had a good heart. He traveled with only one loyal friend, Chuka, his childhood brother. One evening, as the sun was going down, the prince and Chuka came to Amakiri. Their clothes were dusty, their faces were tired. They stopped near the market square to drink water. There, they saw Amara. She was carrying a heavy pot of water on her head. The pot shook as she walked because her legs were weak with hunger. Chuka whispered, see that girl? She is beautiful. But Prince Ifeanyi was looking deeper. He saw the kindness in her eyes. He saw the strength in her walk. As Amara passed, the pot slipped. Water splashed everywhere. People laughed at her. Some pointed fingers. Her stepmother, who was nearby selling tomatoes, shouted, useless girl, always bringing shame. Amara bent down quietly, trying to clean the mess. Tears filled her eyes. Prince Ifeanyi stepped forward. He helped her lift the broken pot. He gave her his own water bottle. Amara looked up at him, surprised. No one had ever been kind to her like that. She smiled shyly. That moment, something sparked between them. Over the next days, the prince stayed in the village. He helped in the farms. He played drums at night dances. He watched Amara from afar. He saw how she cared for old women, how she shared her small food with hungry children. One evening, he followed her into the forest where she gathered firewood. They talked for the first time. Amara told him about her dreams. I just want to live where I can be free, she said, where no one will call me useless. The prince said, you are not useless. You are a gold hidden in the mud. But he did not tell her he was a prince. Meanwhile, Mama Ejima and Adaeze noticed something strange. They saw how the stranger looked at Amara. They became jealous. Mama Ejima warned Amara, stay away from strangers. They will bring you disgrace. But Amara could not forget the kind stranger. One night, at a moonlight gathering, Chuka announced that the king's son would soon choose a wife. He said there would be a great festival at the palace, and all maidens were invited. The village buzzed with excitement. Mama Ejima rushed to prepare Adaeze. She bought fine wrappers. She rubbed Adaeze's face with red camwood. She forbade Amara from going. You, with your rags and cracked feet. Stay here and cook. Amara said nothing. She sat alone under the mango tree, staring at the stars. But fate had its own plans. The next morning, an old blind woman came to the village. She begged for food. Many people chased her away, but Amara gave her the last piece of yam she had saved. The old woman smiled and said, "You have given from your heart. Now your path will open." She touched Amara's forehead, and just like that, Amara felt a warmth inside her chest. At the festival, the palace was full. Girls from all villages came, dressed like queens. Adeze was there, shining in gold wrappers. She danced and laughed loudly, but the prince's eyes searched the crowd. Where was Amara? Suddenly, Amara entered the palace ground. She wore a simple white wrapper. Her hair was tied with a plain red scarf, but she shone brighter than any jewel. The prince smiled. He walked to her. He took her hand, and before the whole crowd, he said, "This is the woman I choose." The crowd gasped. Adesi fainted. Mama Ejima screamed, but the prince's mind was made up. He removed his crown and placed it gently on Amara's head. The king and queen blessed them. The villagers celebrated for 7 days and 7 nights. As for Mama Ejima and Adeze, they were ashamed. They could not show their faces again. They left the village quietly. Papa Odenibo cried tears of joy. He asked Amara to forgive him for being weak, and Amara, with her kind heart, forgave. Amara and Prince Ifeanyi ruled together for many years. Their love was strong like the Iroko tree. Their kindness spread through the land like sweet rain. And that, my friends, is how true love conquered in the land of Ukwuta. If you enjoyed the story, please like, share, comment your favorite parts, and subscribe for more beautiful stories.